Good morning and welcome back to this 5-day yoga journey for morning yoga, waking up feeling rejuvenated and energized for the rest of your day. This is day 4 and I've called this class Warriors, Not Worriers. And I think at the moment, well, this is applicable for any time of life really. We're all worrying about various things in our life a lot of the time. Things take up our mind. Stress and anxiety can often resonate in the body, so it can be shown in the hips and stiffness in the back. So not only is our mind full of stress and worries, but our body is also holding that tension, and that can take a long time to get rid of. Even if you feel like you've healed mentally from the situation, very often our body is still holding on to that experience. So I thought we would start in a seated position. As I say, as I'm sure you've heard as well, if you find it a bit difficult, keep a straight open posture in a seated position and just use a little rolled up towel underneath your sit bones. This just elongates the spine, allows you to sit a bit more comfortably. But wherever you are now, just coming into that seat and letting your hands rest in your lap, coming to close your eyes and beginning to think, perhaps for the first time today, coming to think about your breath. Perhaps you can hear the soft, raspy inhale through your nose or through your mouth. The exhale almost sounding like waves gently crashing on the sand at the beach. Inhale for the wave to come back, forming a big wave and then coming to land onto the beach on your exhale. It's quite a nice bit of imagery to keep with you through your practice. That wave-like motion that we did a few days ago with the spine. Think of your entire body as fluid, as a wave or water or air. Trying not to do these movements in rigid, structured ways. Thinking, this is how this pose should look, rather thinking, this is how this posture feels for me. So in your seated position, we're coming first to a little neck and arm stretch. So, lightly touching the left fingertips onto the mat beside you. And you can already feel a really amazing stretch here, just by going from here to here. It's quite incredible. Stretch through the arms, just lightly touching the mat. And then coming to tilt your head so that the right ear is coming towards the right shoulder. It doesn't have to touch, but it's just coming towards you. You can even place your right arm onto the left-hand side of your head to deepen this stretch. And breathing here, getting comfortable in this posture. If you're happy here, then just stay exactly where you are. But otherwise, opening your neck up towards the ceiling. This just gives you a bit more of a neck stretch. If this is too much, then just ease off a little bit. Maybe bring your neck back to center. And on the inhale, we'll return back to center, coming onto the other side now. So placing the right fingertips onto the right hand side of the mat, beside you. Noticing already that tiny little sensation of stretch, meaning you could just stay exactly here and still be getting a benefit from this. Then slowly tilting your head to the left-hand side of your body, left ear to left shoulder. Again, using your left hand to ease yourself down towards you. You don't want to be pulling at any point, just sort of easing, suggesting. Really nice. And take that tilt backwards, sort of 45 degree angle back towards the ceiling. Slowly feeling your way around these stretches. And inhaling back to center, slowly coming back up. Bringing your hands together in prayer, a heart center. Closing your eyes or keeping them open if you'd rather. And beginning to sync up with your breath. So on the inhale, we rise our arms up through our head space. And on the exhale, we round the arms down towards the mat. Coming again, inhaling, hands are in prayer. We come up through, past your nose, past your eyes, past your third eye. And open up to the ceiling. Exhale on the way down. Seeing how big you can get that circle this time. So inhaling up through. And exhaling all the way down. Being mindful not to arch or hunch your shoulders. On the inhale, we keep them relaxed down. Inhale. Exhale, rounding down. Keeping a long, straight line up the spine. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Lovely. Coming through to your tabletop now. And beginning our cat cows. So we've done these a few times now. So lining up the wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hip bones. We inhale, drop the belly and lift the gaze. Exhale, gaze towards belly button. Back is rounded. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round the back, gaze towards belly button. Taking this in your own time now, syncing up with your breath. Rolling the back for the exhale. Inhale, we roll the shoulders to create space. Channeling that wave-like fluidity through the spine. Waking up every vertebra that's been lying on your bed all night. Taking any movements that feel good for you at this point, maybe coming through to your puppy pose, child's pose, tilting your hips from left to right. And all of us meeting tabletop to tuck the toes under the feet, lift up and back into your downward dog. We're not going to be here for too long, just walk your dog out a little bit, stretching through the calves, the hamstrings. Gaze towards the top of the mat, stepping one foot then the other to the top, forward fold. And inhale, we round the back bit by bit, coming towards your mountain pose, Tadasana at the top of the mat. So we then take some sun salutations now, which we have done in previous classes this week. But this time I'm going to show you how to do a full Chaturanga. So on this first one, it'll be a modified one, and then the second, if you've got it in your practice, we can do it together. Otherwise I'm going to try and direct you through it. If you don't have the strength there in your arms already, maybe just cut it out. Do the modified one where you lower your knees down to the ground. But we'll see how this goes. Listen to your body. So, coming to the top of the mat with your feet hip width distance apart. There's a bend in the knees, so they're not locked out, they're bent. Being gentle on the knees here. We sync up every movement with the breath. So to begin this, we inhale, rise the arms up in a circular motion like we've just done on the mat. Hands come together in prayer at the top. And we exhale, we hinge from the hips, floating our arms down to the ground, coming into your forward fold. Placing the hands on the shins, we inhale and roll the back to halfway lift. Exhale to place the hands onto the mat, either side of the foot, and we step one foot back and then the other. Finding us all in a plank position here. So this is where we would come into a full Chaturanga, which, just to demonstrate, we keep our elbows close into the body. We come forwards on the toes on the inhale and exhale to lower down, not completely. We untap the toes and inhale for an upward facing dog, and then exhale to push into your downward facing dog. So coming back to plank, if we're doing a modified version of this, we inhale the knees down to the mat and exhale Chaturanga modified. Just a little bit less pressure on the lower back there. So if we all do a modified Chaturanga for this one, lowering the knees down on the inhale, exhale all the way down to the mat. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the gaze, low cobra. Exhale, pushing back through tabletop to your downward facing dog. Staying here for 5 breaths, walking the dog out. Remember, your knees can be as bent as you like in this downward dog. Gaze up towards the top of the mat. We inhale, step one foot then the other. Halfway left. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, roll the shoulders up and over. Prayer to heart center on the exhale. Coming through that again. This time, if you would like to try full Chaturanga with me, then you absolutely can. So, feet hip width distance apart at the top of the mat. There's a bend in the knees. We inhale, roll the arms up and over. Exhale, hinging from the hips, we dive forwards for your forward fold. Hands to shins, we inhale, roll the back to halfway lift. Exhale, placing the hands on the mat, we step one foot, then the other back, meeting in plank. We inhale to come forwards on the tiptoes, so you've got that forwards motion on the tiptoes, and exhale with the elbows hugging into the body. We lower down almost completely all the way and then come up on the inhale. Exhale, push yourselves back to your downward facing dog. Coming into a 3-legged dog now, so anchoring through the left foot, we inhale the right foot up and back. And exhale, stepping it up in between the hands at the top of the mat. Coming into a low lunge, so lowering the knee down to the mat. We rise the arms up and over. Feel a really nice stretch in the left thigh. Bringing the hands to center in prayer. We think of an up and over motion as we come into a twist. So creating length in the spine up and over to twist onto the right knee. So left elbow is over the right knee or right thigh. Twisting into this position. Option here to open the arms out to deepen the twist further. Coming back to prayer in your twist and inhaling, rising the arms up and floating the back down on the exhale, stepping the right foot back and pushing up into your downward facing dog. Coming onto the other side now, so anchoring down through the right foot. Left foot goes up and back for your 3-legged dog. And exhale, we step the foot in between the hands at the top of the mat. Lower the knee down for your high, low lunge. You can have the foot tucked or untucked here. It doesn't seem to make too much of a difference. Bringing the hands together in prayer at heart center, thinking of that up and over movement. So length through the spine, up and over into your twist. on the other side. Shoulders are relaxed, there's space in between your ears and your shoulders. Your legs remain strong and stable. And again, you can open up here to deepen the stretch even further. Coming back to prayer in your twist. And in your next inhale, we unravel, open up to the front of the room. And exhale, we float the hands down, stepping back into your plank. And do a full Chaturanga or modified by lowering the knees. So inhale forwards, exhale, lower down to the mat. Inhale for upward facing dog. Exhale for downward dog. Beautiful. Coming into child's pose here if you wish. Returning to your natural breath. Now, all of us meeting in downward dog. Anchoring through the left foot, we inhale the right foot up and back. And exhale it to the top of the mat in between the hands. Inhale, arms float up into your high lunge this time. The feet are in train tracks. Shoulders are relaxed, scapula is anchoring down the back. We're coming into a warrior 3 here. So again, warriors, not worriers. So prayer to heart center with the hands. And you can use your back foot to help you up there. You might want to shorten your stance a bit to help yourself. And using your drishti, so your point of focus, we just anchor through the right ankle and push up with ease. This should be no more than parallel to the ground with your body. Try anchoring your right hip towards your left hip towards the right hand side of the mat so that you're flat, so that you're not opening your hips too much. Gaze towards the ground, hands can be in prayer or they can be in airplane. Sending the breath to your standing leg, which is doing so much work. As we inhale, we meet the left foot with the right and come into a chair pose. So you're sitting back into a chair, arms rise up. And we come into a twist on the right hand side, so hands in prayer, up and over like we did in the low lunge, up and over, left elbow over right thigh. Making sure one of your knees hasn't gone further out than the other so that they're in line. Gaze towards your feet, picking up your left foot, challenging yourself here, stepping back, still in your twist to your high lunge. Unraveling on the inhale, sweeping the arms up and over for your high lunge. Exhale, we float down, step into your plank, push back into your downward dog. Very well done if you did that. Coming onto the other side and then we can have a bit of a rest. So anchoring through the right foot, inhale the left foot up and back, 3-legged dog. Exhale through to stepping up at the top of the mat, high lunge. Back leg is bent if you need it to be, front leg is at a right angle. And we're coming into our warrior 3. It's such a grounding, strengthening posture. You have to be really body aware to be able to do this. Very balanced. And it exudes confidence. So let's just do it. Let's just do it together. And if you fall, and you can just do it again. So helping yourself up there with your back foot if you need. Coming into your warrior three, strengthening through that standing leg. Beautiful. Using your point of focus to help with your balance. Again, angling your right hip downwards so that you're in more of a straight line. Ooh. You might be a bit more wobbly on one side than the other. This is definitely my wobbly side. Once you feel stable, thinking about your hand placement, whether they're in prayer or out in front of you or behind you. And slowly, with control, stepping your right foot to meet your left at the top of the mat and coming into your chair, sweeping the arms up, bum is sticking out. Back is a little bit curved, but not too much. Coming into a twist in your chair pose, so palms to heart center. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist. Gaze towards the ground. We pick up the right foot and challenge yourself. See if you can step back into your high lunge with a twist. And if you can't, then just cheat your way back there, that's fine. Inhale, arms rise up and over. And exhale, we float down to the mat, step back into your plank, push up to your downward facing dog. And come down to your knees, widen the knees, push back for child's pose. Allow your breath to become natural again, slow and steady, slowing down your heart rate, cooling down your body. Let's all take an inhale together and exhale with an open mouth, cooling down the body. Tucking the toes under the feet, pushing up and back into your downward facing dog. Gaze towards the top of the mat. We step one foot and the other and round up slowly to your mountain pose. Stepping into the middle of your mat. Feet go wide and the toes are slightly angled out. We're coming into a goddess pose. We are warriors, all of us. We're getting through this weird thing called life with grace and poise. So bending the knees, coming into a bit of a squat. And if you imagine sort of collapsing one shoulder, it doesn't matter which one you do first, but collapsing one shoulder in and twisting so that you are pushing the opposite thigh further out. You should be able to feel a really nice stretch through your inner groin and your thigh. And then coming to the other side on your inhale, so inhale for length. And exhale, pushing to the other side, collapsing that shoulder in. Trying that one more time on each side. Inhale to center, and exhale. Trying not to push on the knee, but more on the thigh. Inhale, and exhale. Now inhaling back to center, keeping the legs bent, coming into your goddess pose. Feeling strong and capable, able to take on anything that's coming your way. Inhale for length and exhale, we all come down to the ground to your seated posture. With your your legs stretched out away from you, bringing your left leg in at a right angle. So you've got your left foot coming into your right thigh. We're coming into a forward fold here. So angling the top half of your body towards your outstretched leg, should be your right leg. We inhale the arms up, create length, and then exhale, come slightly forward, but rather than aiming for the foot, we're aiming out there somewhere, far away from us. So inhale to create length, exhale to come slightly more forwards. Inhale to create length, exhale, come slightly forward, and then inhale. And just keep doing that until you feel close enough to maybe grab a hold of your foot, but otherwise just grabbing hold of your leggings or whatever you're wearing. Relaxing the head, letting go. Slowly unraveling from this stretch. Coming onto the other side now. Straightening both legs out long, bringing your right foot into your left thigh. Angling the top half of your body towards that left foot. Inhaling for length. And exhaling to come slightly forwards. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling for length and exhaling, coming as far or as close as you can. If there's any pinching, then just coming slightly back off of this stretch. Allowing yourself to really melt into this posture. Just enjoy it. Inhale to unravel. And all together coming into a seated posture as we started the class in the middle of your mat. Allowing your hands to rest, palms face up on your knees. Letting your eyes close. Feeling the difference from now to the beginning of the class. Do you feel more open? Are your breaths more steady or deeper? Perhaps you've gotten a bit warmer. Are your legs feeling stronger, more open, more stable? Hopefully your mind is slightly calmer. I believe you are now equipped for the day ahead of you. Thank you again for joining me. I suggest you stay here in a meditative state for a few more minutes if you've got the time to do so. And I'll be back here with you tomorrow for our last day. I wish you a very lovely 24 hours or so. Namaste.